What's up, comic and pop culture fans? Welcome to the Sunday show. This is a short one. I was almost going to cancel the show because I really want to get a video out tomorrow. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to split it in half. We're going to do like an hour Spider-Man only fiesta. And then I'm going to do a part two tomorrow night. So that's like X-Men, Batman, all that other stuff is going to be tomorrow. This is just going to be the one long box and a half that I got of Spidey in this week. So if you're not into Spider-Man, this might not be the claim sale for you. We got a little bit of everything, but the rest is coming tomorrow night. Let's just get to it. You guys know how it's done. I got a cool video idea that I want to get to, and it kind of sounds like a heavy edit one. So I'm going to keep this brief. Let's do it. You guys remember a couple weeks ago we had the Spider-Man. It was mainly Silver Age Spider-Man and then into the Bronze Age. So today's collection is Bronze Age Spider-Man into the Copper Age. It's just part two. All right, so first appearance of, this is the only Silver Age one I got for you. It's a big one. First appearance of MJ in cameo and first Spencer Smythe. It is low grade. It is actually detached, hence the $100. There you go. That's going to be on A. Next up, big jump in quality. Second appearance of Harry Osborn as Green Goblin. This is very high grade. 137 on B. Here we have a mid to high. First Grizzly, 139 on C. A high grade 140 is Gloria Grant's first appearance. I have a low grade first full appearance of the Gwen clone. We do have a little bit of a glare issue today. I got to get on the roof and fix my sunlight problem I got in here. But for now, let's have that meat. We'll start a pile for Mr. Meatball. Meatball Mario. Got Grizzly. Jules. I'm going to put the non-pair up there. Jules, I'm going to stick your judge. There you go. You're going to be right there. Jules got that. Meatball got E. Next up, we have a high-grade Cool Scorpion 145. On G, I'm going to put them more sporadically up here. Same with 146. Good-looking books here on D. 148 is a small key. I've stopped even calling it a key because the key significance is pretty small. 148 on C. Jules got B. Nesmith. We're starting a new pile for John. Thanks, John. All right. Mr. Nesmith also got G. Freshly rebagged and boarded. Looking good. Poor Stephen Riley, you've been second place a few times. You'll land one. Here's a high grade 152 shocker cover, and 153 and 154. Condition on A, let's just call it, I don't know, 2-5, something like that. Judge, thank you. 156, first Mirage, Marriage of Ned Leeds, mid to high, G, that's 156. Here's a high 157. And a very high 160. Okay. Let's see. Nesmith got Mirage. There's another Jules. I think we're caught up. Meatball got B. Also, we have a little bit of spectacular Spider-Man, so it's not just ASM today. Which I'm kind of thankful for, because I actually feel like I've had so much ASM in this week. It's kind of crazy. Or this year. First full appearance of Jigsaw, mid-grade C. First Will-O-the-Wisp, mid-grade to low, 167 on D. A mid-grade, 168, mid to high. A mid to high, Frank Miller, 1977 fan letter, 169 on F. Mid-high, 170 B. High, 171 G. Polyworld's going to get a C. I got your pile floating around here. Poly, there you are, Kobe. Gotcha. I see a meat on I. And a meat on B. And a meat on G. I do have X-Men. I have a lot of stuff other than Spidey, but I'm very limited on time today, so we're just going to do the Spidey. We're going to do the rest of it tomorrow night. High grade 174, Punisher versus Hitman, and the conclusion, which is the death of Hitman. 174, 175. High grade, mid to high. Here's a mid 177 and a mid high 178. Same with 179 and 180. I see M gets a D. Phil Fry, how you doing? Looks like you got B. Phil Fry. Thanks, Phil. I see an M on F. Let's see. C is going to Joe. Down here. Mr. Ford. Nick Ford. Let's see. I'm just checking to see if I have a pile for you. Otherwise, we're going to start with Nick. Thanks, Nick. All right, Nick Ford got H. Meatball got J. And then I think I saw Nesmith gets I. Be not afraid of A. That is the first MJ and first Spencer Smythe. Meat get G. What's up, Ribby? All right, then we have mid-high 181 on C. Very high 182. Pete proposes in this issue on D. 183, first appearance of the Big Wheel high, F. 184, mid, first appearance of the White Dragon on I. 185, high, H. 186, high, E. 187, mid-high, B. And a very high, which I never find in high grade, if you give me a second. The second appearance of Jigsaw, it's actually his first cover appearance. I always find this in like mid to low. So it's nice to find a high grade. It's not terribly valuable, but it's just kind of cool. Live chat for sure, for sure. Jules picked up a D. A lot of people jumped on D. Nice. Then we have another Jules to F. Big Wheel. An I to Mr. Meat. An H. Mr. Ford picked the E. B is out of here. Captain America cover. Uncle Lou gets a G. And Ribby gets a C. Ribby! Let me just do a quick scan. I can't remember. Do you have a pile? Or we're starting it fresh? I think we're starting it fresh. Claim. 189 high C, 190 high D, 191 very high H, 192 high I. $193 mid-high B. We have, I'm going to call it an 8-5 newsy. First black cat, 194. Second black cat mid, which is 195 on F. Here we have a mid 196 and a mid-high 197. So Trask. Starts us with C. Trask. I think we shipped you out, Trask, so we're starting a new pile. Trask, who also picked up D, and H, it looks like. And an I. Whoo! Trask coming in hot. And a B. Queen sweeps. I see a Neely on G. And an F. Emily got E. And Mr. Ford got J. I have a couple array of options here. One direct, one newsy, both mid to high. I think the newsy gets an ever so slight bump. Cool Mysterio cover. Then we have a lower grade 199. Mid to high, anniversary 200. That one's actually in Mylar. Oh, with the super. Thank you, Cal. Big time thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the love. We have a new name, Sapperman. What was it? Sapperman 79. Sapperman 79. Make sure you fill out the link with your first name, your last name, all that stuff, and keep going. Try to get to 10% off. I see a Jules on C. Polywhirl on 199. And a Trask on D. And a Meat on H. Fun fact about this. This is the newsstand edition. This is actually the first issue of Spidey that would receive a direct edition. This is a mid D. Cool Punisher cover, mid-high C. 203. I actually have a couple mids of 203 on B. I have a couple highs of the either third or fourth appearance of Black Cat on A. Let's see. Okay. Neat. Meat. Jules gets 1. I see Neely and Jules picked up an A. And here's the link. This is the 4th appearance of Black Cat. 205 high grade, 206 high grade, 207 mid high, 208 mid high, 209 high, first Calypso, 210 mid Newsy, first Madam Web, and a high 211. Marcus Henderson. Can't remember if I have a pile for you. Let me do a quick scan. I don't see you. Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Goes E. George. Madam Web. Jules G. Calypso. Henderson 211. Stephen Riley. Hey, you nailed one. Let me just check to see if you already have a pile. Mr. Riley. Stephen Riley. I don't see a pile, so Stephen Riley. All right, next batch. Oh, here's a key. Very high grade. First Hydra Man on C. That was a George. I have a few 213s, both mids. 214 mid, 215 mid, 216 second appearance of Madam Web, mid E. E. Mr. Marcus. Mr. Riley. And another Marcus. And that'll do it. Next book is a key. First appearance of the Mud Thing. High Newsy. D. 218 mid-high. 219 mid-high. 220 early meeting of Moon Knight and Spidey. Very high and Newsy. C. 221 non-key. And first appearance of Speed Demon. High. E. Nesmith. Emily. A lot of $3 books today. It's going to make getting to that 20% off pretty easy. Let's see. Jules got the B. Henderson got an A. Jules takes C. Meat. And Jules. $223 non-key high 223. Same with 224 on D. $225 A, same condition, same with 226, 227, 228. All right, let's see what we got here. Marcus on D. Looks like also A. Trask. Marcus again on B. Always loved that cover. And Emily got I. Very nice. For some reason, I thought I had more duplicates than this. Here we have a high grade 229 with a mid grade 230. It's the Nothing Stops the Juggernaut Part 1 and 2. On I, non-key 231 mid high, non-key 232 high, non-key 233 high, same with 234 and 235. I see a Palf on I. I see Meat on C. M. Meat. Meat again, and then a Jules. All right. Death of, I actually forgot to write. Death of Somebody, very high grade, 2 copies on C, 236, 237, non-key 237. Second appearance of Hobgoblin, extremely high grade. And then I do have, missing a sticker, hold on. I have a high grade first Hobgoblin and Newsy, but it is missing the Lakeside Tattoo insert, which does drop our value quite a bit on A. Death of Tarantula, thank you. All right, so Nesmith and M got a C. Poliwhirl. Got the I. Then we got a Neely on D. Again, very high grade Newsy copy, but missing Lakeside. Very high grade copy of 240 and 241. 2-part arc Origin of the Vulture. Non-key 242s. I have 2. One of them's in my lot. 243 non-key on I. First Lefty Donovan, high grade on H. 245. I actually forget the key significance. It's a mid-high Newsy on B. Loot. M. And Marcus. Marcus. M. Emily and then Judge. Emily, Judge. Ford. Non-key 246. I have 3 of them. Mid to highs on B. I have 1 247, 248. Fantastic Story. If you know, you know. There's an M. Marcus Ford. M. Marcus Ford. M. Marcus Ford. Meat and Polly. We're in the Hobgoblin era here. Very high grade, 250 classic cover Newsy, near mint, gradable copy on D. 251, I got 1 mid-high Newsy. I have a couple first appearances of the Rose. These are the mid-highs, and then I have the near mint on G. And let's see. M on B. There's one more spot. Jules on G. So M. That's Jules, M, and I have another B with Rose. Ribby. Got that one. Ribby. Uh, 254, non-key D. 255, near mint. And then I have a few here, first Black Fox, that are close to near mint. Maybe very fine plus, near mint minus range. 255. M got C, John got C. M, John, one left. M got C, John got C. I have a couple mid-high first Pumas. 256. I have a few high-grade direct, second Puma, first cover Puma, and first Ned leads as Hobgoblin. And then I have the near mint Newsy. I have way too many versions of this one book. And then I have the mid-grade Newsy. You got frickin' options there. Thanks, Ribby. Emily. So we got some Emily, and then we have a Lou, and also an Emily again. A lot of people are going to get that 20% off. I love it, man. Roscal, first to G. What's up, Lurker? How you doing? How you doing? All right, we'll grab another stack. $258. Reed Richards finds out that the suit is a symbiote, an alien. Here is a high-grade direct and a higher grade direct. So I'm putting this at like a near mint minus. This one's going to be like a very fine plus. I have a couple copies of 259, both high grade direct and Newsy. That's it. Luke. Nesmith. Luke. Okay. All right, I think this next book is just like a classic cover. I've never actually known. I have several copies of 260. All of them are high grade. One of them is going to be newsy. I kept them all at the same price, just a clean $10. Same with 261. I also have some non-key 262, or what I like to call is one of the ugliest covers from the 80s on I. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 near mint first appearance of Normie Osborn on H. Rascal Emily. Rascal. Actually, I have one more. Hold on. Philip Fry. Philip Fry. Thank you, sir. Nesmith Fry again on C. M. Meat. M. Maybe I should bring Emily's pile over here. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. Whew. Okay, Lou H. Jules H. Jules H. Lou H. Nesmith H. Riley I. How's it going, Xavier? One more Normie Osborn. Near mids of 264, first appearance of the Red 9. Here we have a near mint newsy, first Silver Sable C. Here's a key for you. M. Jules. And Butcher. Fantastic username. Even though you didn't get first place, I'd love to point that out. Fantastic username. Mike, got H. Non-key, high grade 266. Same with 267. And then I have a butt ton, I don't know why, of 268s on I. Poliwhirl and M. Actually, who got it first? Poliwhirl. M. Oh, just one M. Hold on. Thanks, Emily. You also got one of the I's, but I have several. Marcus got an I, and so did Neat. We have one copy of 267 and 268 left. Here's 269, got one of those, similar condition. I have 3 near mint copies of 270. I've always loved that cover on G. Where are we? Hold on. All right, M and boom. All right, so M and then another M on G. Judge got a G, so did Poliwhirl. Kevin Wade's going to start a pile. All right, where are we? Jules got a C and a D. Clean up our wall. First manslaughter, Marsdale, 271 high grade J. 1, 2, 3 near mint copies of First Slide. One of them is a newsie. I kept them all the same price on C. He skipped me. Can I see A? Totally. It's a sharp copy. It is missing, unfortunately, your Lakeside Tattoo, which turns out is a big driver of value on that book, because normally a condition like that with tattoo is like $200 higher. All right, where are we? M and Judge. Oh, there's the newsie. Oh, I said I was going to keep them the same price. Let's make that 5. M, Judge. All right, non-key, 273, high grade. Non-key, 274, just a cover I've always loved. I actually had 4 of those suckers in near mint on H. Nesmith got the C. M. Violent Player. You're up here, William. Thank you. M got 1. Phil Fry and Judge. Do a clean sweep. It's gone. Phil Fry, Judge. Our 275. According to Key Collector, they say it's an $18 high. It's simply just the origin of Spidey. I've always done them for 10. Here you go. I could have sworn I had 2. It's weird. First cover appearance of Silver Sable. I have 2 high grades on C. Thanks, M. Thanks, Jules. Oh, nothing moves like Spidey. Jeez, Lou gets 1, and so does M. And we're caught up? Okay. First, Sinister Syndicate. 2 high-grade copies. On D. Is that the Death of Craven? That's like a mid to high on C, 294. We're almost done our ASM, and then we have some spectacular, but now we're entering the McFarlane era. So what we got? McFarlane era, high grade 304. McFarlane era, high grade 305. McFarlane era, mid to high 307D. First cover appearance of Venom, high grade newsie 315B. 317 is like the 4th appearance of Venom, something like that. Mid high newsie E. Falcon. Falcon. Am I holding a pile? Yes, I am. Okay. Did you get D? Yeah. Thank you. Neely. Falcon. Okay. Then we have some more Farland. 318 Scorpion cover C. Jules. I think I have a couple. No, only just one. Mid-high 320 on I. 321 high-grade newsy and direct. We're in the McFarlane era. I see aluminum. High grades of 322 on H. Xavier, if it had tattoos, it would be almost $200 more. It's like a $400 near mint newsy. It is the newsy without tats. Kev, the tats really, really drive the value of that book. It's kind of crazy. Thanks, Mike. Aluminum gets an H. There's one left. And it's going to Jules. I made a video about this, actually. 324, Spidey versus Sabretooth. Only they don't actually meet in the entire issue. Isn't that nuts? Let's put it on D. It is mid to high. Then we have a mid to high, definitely more high. 325 Newsy, Red Skull, Farland cover. 332, I think that's Larson. That's not McFarlane, right? Just a classic cover, high-grade Newsy. Here's a near mint first new Sinister 6 on D. Okay. Wow, I'm actually getting warm in this coat, John. Roscoe. What's up, Bailey? Uncle Lou. Pop. All right. High grades 341, some minor key. I honestly forget what it is. B. 342, high grade newsy first Dr. Elias Wortham. 359, your first cameo of Carnage. I think this is the one where he actually bombs with the red suit. This is way down. This used to be like $30 near mint. They're saying near mints are now 10. You go with the time. So there they are on I. M. Phil. M also got a C. Then we have Phil, Nesmith, M. Judge. Easy. Phil, Nesmith. That'll do it. Then we have the first appearance of Carnage 360. Yes, you heard me right. Here's our high grade direct, D for direct, and our high grade newsy. George. Yes. Then I have Near Mint's second appearance of Carnage and Near Mint Newsy. Lou. Gradable candidates on C. Same with 363, although, wow, that price is down from what I remember. This one is not a key. I always think it is. I have several near mints of 374. It's just a particularly good Bagley Venom cover on D. See a Nesmith on C and a Riddy. Almost done. Neely, Judge, M. Neely, Judge, M. Neely, Judge, M. Judge, M. Falk, Rivy. Only a few books left from our ASM today, and then we're doing some spectacular Spider-Man. 392 classic cover homage, obviously to ASM 50. That's your near mint newsstand. Here's your direct first appearance of Stunner, 397, and we'll close it out with the very final issue of Volume 1 and first cameo of Matty Franklin. Niels. Niels again. M. And M. Nice. Still got our Mr. Hobb first appearance up there. All right, we're on to Spectacular Spider-Man, and it looks like to me my order got a little funky. So I'm seeing some high numbers and then some low numbers. The hell, I will take A. You got it. And because it took so long, I'm going to knock it to 160. Thank you. All right, Spectacular Spider-Man 143. First appearance of Carlos Lobo. C for Carlos Lobo. 147. Hobgoblin becomes the Demo Goblin. And one of them is going to be a newsie. M got a C. So did Polyworld. Only one copy. Newsy, mid to high, first Corona. See where we're at. I see a Meat, an Emily, and a Ribby. And then I see a Jules. That's the Carlos Lobo. Death of Harry Osborn, high grade I. Very nice. Then we have, see, look how out of order we got here. Here's Spectacular, number 1, the very first issue. It is a Shark mid-grade, higher end of it. Here we have a high grade, number 2. It is not a key. Here's number 3, very high grade, first Light Master. Number 4 is your first cameo of Hitman, mid-grade Newsy E. And below it, we'll put our first appearance of Hitman in full, of which I actually have 2 of mid to highs on J. And I'm seeing Violent Player. I. Roscal. Trask. L-Band on D. Oh boy, L-Band, you got a pile around here somewhere. Where are you? For some reason, I can never find your pile right away, but I know we have a pile for you. L-Band. All right, I'm just going to make a new pile for you. We will figure that out later. L-Band. Boom. M. Nick. M. And then Nick and M. All right. reset our chat here. We got like 20 minutes left of this. We're sailing through our Spidey. High grade non-key Morbius cover 6. Same with 7. Here's your high grade of 8. Here's your mid grade of 8. Now let's get into some White Tiger. I have 2 mid grades on G, maybe mid plus a little bit. Here's your second appearance of White Tiger on H. 11 is a very high grade, but non-key I. M, B, C, D, E. Well, that's easy. B, C, D, E. Okay. Very easy to follow. B, C, D, E, N, G, N, H. Whew. Okay, but there's a couple of those. So G and H. All right. Mr. Henderson gets the second H. M. And then Mr. Riley. There you are. All right, let me grab a big chunk. Next up, we have 13 and 12, which is your first cameo and full appearance and cover appearance of Razorback in high grade. B. 14 is not a key, but it is very high grade. C. Same with 15. 16 was like a near mint minus. 17 back to near mint. Trask. Thank you. All right. 19, mid to high, Bronze Age. First meeting of Spidey and Moon Knight. Spectacular 22. That's the mid. Here's the high. Here is their first team up, and I have 2 of those in mid to high. Trask got B and got A. Lou. Trask. And I'm looking for one more D, and it's gone. Here's a mid to high first Hypno Hustler. Let's put it on B. First appearance of a character called Carry On, high grade 25 on I. Non-key 26, mid-high. First Frank Miller on Daredevil. Here's our mid-high Newsy on D. Big difference between the highs and the mids. If you find a near mint of that, it's like $80. That one's only like a very fine plus to near mint minus. It's one of those weird books, kind of like the first appearance of Mockingbird, which has that crazy obvious jump. Do I see first Hypno Hustler? I'm looking for B. I don't see it yet. Right. 31, Death of Carrion, very high grade, weak key, but there you go. First appearance of the Iguana, Newsy, high, 32. Here we have Morbius cured of his vampirism, high grade and mid to high. Direct Newsy. I see a Trask on A. M takes the C. Rascal D. Nerdy Bob. There you go. First appearance of Roger Kingsley and Madame Belladonna, a mid to high newsy on H. First appearance of the Ringer and something to do with Beetle, some sort of key. 58 on I. I have a mid-grade, sharp end of mid-grade, newsy first Cloak and Dagger. We'll put that on D for Dagger. And someone asked, are we doing Spectacular? You are looking at Spectacular, Spidey, right now. M and Trask. Hard Nips. Hell yeah. Good job, dude. Hard Nips. Yeah, it blows my mind how quickly Spider-Man stuff will sell. This is crazy. I was sort of joking when I said 1 hour claim sale, but it is looking like it is going to be a 1 hour claim sale. I don't, it was not a very big key heavy sale, I'll tell you that. Near mint, second appearance of Calypso, C. Second appearance of Cloak and Dagger, high grade, D. Third appearance of Cloak and Dagger, E. That one's a mid. First appearance of Ali Osmic, high grade, 72. I'm going kind of fast now. Negative space cover, 79. I have a couple copies in high grade direct and newsy of the tie for the black suit, and I'm moving a little fast, so let me slow down. No Web of Spidey. No, this collection didn't have that. Trask gets the second Calypso. Great condition. You also get second Cloak and Dagger. Who got A? I see Trask and Emily. Kevin, I'm going to move your pile over here. Pascal. Takes a clean sweep. Nice. And we still have our first Hypno Hustler on D. 91, first appearance of The Answer. Cameo, full appearance, D. First, John Owen becomes the Spot, 94, high, C. First appearance of The Hermit and some other Spot-related key. I honestly kind of forget. Maybe a cameo on A, near mint. I have the might be a 9698, first appearance of the Spot, and then this one's like a near mint minus. Like it's right there on page. MBDC. Very easy. BDC. Ribby nothing on F. Thank you, Meat. $99 high, a couple 100 highs, a very high newsy 101. Classic negative space. Nice Trask. Oop, boy. Let's see. M got a D, but there's two. Hard Nips got B. Hard Nips. Where did I just put your pile? Hard Nips. There you are. Yeah, we're getting down to it. Death of Jan the Wolf. First appearance of Sin Eater High. H. Non-key 111. Although it used to be considered a key. It got ripped from the website. So I still think it's something. I just don't know. Say where you are. Near mints of actually only one near mint. Third appearance and final cameo of the Foreigner, and then this one I thought it was near mint, but it actually has a little water damage down there. So 8 and a 3. Then we have our high grade first full appearance of the Foreigner 116, and that might literally, I'm not joking, be our last expensive book of the day. Very affordable day here. Next Trask. 131 is part of the Craven's Last Hunt. It is part 3. These are my mid highs. Here's my near mint. M. Crambo. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good dollar pull. Might want to pop that boy on eBay. Judge. Actually, you know what? I can tell you the history of that one. The Foreigner was a book that was, I should have put it in my can't believe that used to be a buck. I would say like 7, 8 years ago, that was like maybe a $5 book. It did have a big blow up. It did. Getting down to it. Here's the conclusion. I only have one of those of the Craven's Last Hunt, high grade. I have a little pinch of Spider-Woman, and then we're done with all our Spidey. So let's crush it. I don't know what volume it is. Perfect copy. First full appearance of the Anti-Iraq 9. First Octavia Vermis, Spider-Woman number 2. These are just cover price. First Michael Marchand and Rebecca Marchand number 1. All the keys from whatever that run was. I don't know. M. Oh, excuse me. Aluminum. Sorry. M got a B. And an F. Come here. Spider-Man 32, some monster cover thing. It's a high-grade newsy, like Werewolf by Night crossover. I forget. Key Collector says it's like 40. I don't know about that. I think 20 is a much more realistic number. Here's these are like mids. Spider-Woman, Bronze Age. 31, they might be a little out of order. First, Carl Malice, third D. Spidey Team Up, 29. 28. 23, it was not a full run. Trust me, I would have tried to make a bundle. Aluminum. Marcus. Neat. Marcus. 13, 10, 9, first appearance of the Needle, 8, classic bondage cover, near mints. First Brothers Grimm, near mint. It's funny, the earlier books were the near mint ones. The later ones were the mids. Weird. Usually that doesn't happen. What was that? Meatball, was that Brothers Grimm claim on this J, or was that the previous? All right, and then this is the rest of our Spidey. And then, as I said in the beginning, I'm doing a shorter sale today because I want to make sure I have time to shoot a video, edit it, do all of that stuff. This past week, I only had one YouTube video, and I just can't have that. I gotta be doing at least 2 quality videos a week. That is the first job, first and foremost. The selling, that's almost like an unfortunate byproduct of something I have to do. The videos is the stuff I want to do. So I want to make good videos, so I need the rest of the afternoon to do that. Here we go. Final issue, 50, 46 non-key, 45 non-key. These are all mid. Some of them are high. 40, First Flying Tiger, that's a high. 39, negative space cover. F, 38, X-Men crossover J, or you could just say claim wall or claim rest, and we can go ahead and end the party. Mr. Ford got a B. And is that an I or a J? That's an I. Spidey crossover. Yeah, I'm trying to make a well-edited, well-done sale. No slabs today. I do have slabs. I actually have some new slabs, but we're doing part 2 of this tomorrow night. We're going to do a Monday night claim sale. That's going to be our X-Men, our Batman, our She-Hulk, all that other stuff. Today, I'm just isolating the Spidey just to get something done today. I almost didn't do a claim sale today, but I thought I'd feel too guilty because I spent a shit ton of money this past week. So I had to do a sale. But the real sale is kind of more like tomorrow. J goes to Ford. God, I talk too much. Sorry. Here's first appearance of Siren. That's a good one. Mid-high on B. 33, first Turner, D, Sentry. Cool character. It's a mid, though, on H. Oh, and the rest is my, weird, scarce Sabrina and Betty stuff. No, that'll be saved for, Monday. All right, this is it. This is the rest of our Spidey. Marcus got the H. Ford got a B for Siren. We got an A. All right. Where are we? See you tomorrow. Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me on a short one here. Anybody want to claim the rest? I'll give you one of the 5s for free. 10, 9, 40. Actually, all of those are some key significance. Claim wall, and that'll do it. This book will be free for you, M. Needless to say, I'm not really going to do any invoicing tonight unless you have met your 20% off, just to get 1 or 2 invoices out. The rest of you, I'll hold the pile. We'll do a thing tomorrow night and rock and roll. I will show you. Actually, I have a good amount of new slabs, so that's kind of cool. Just a heads up for tomorrow. If you ever get slabs from me during a sale, it bumps your whole pile into free shipping. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for doing a short one. Love you all. See you tomorrow night. Probably going to be 7 or 7:30 Eastern time. I'm New Jersey. Love you all, guys. Bye-bye.